Yes, indeed. Well, harvest is underway for the 2024 crop. Might not seem like it if you're up in North Dakota or Minnesota, but of course you get a little farther south in this country and those combines are running and have been for a little while. So we're going to step in and talk about combine technology with Leo Bose. He's the harvesting segment leader at Case IH. And Leo, thanks for talking with us today.
Great to be here, Mike.
So this time of year, this has to be exciting for you. You're the harvest lead. You get to watch all of these things come to fruition. How's it starting off so far?
Well, again, we started harvest back in May. We look at small grain harvest, but we're really getting in the swing now through the plain states. But in fact, just last week I was down in Oklahoma with start a corn harvest. So we have a customer-driven product definition process where we're getting information back from our producers. In fact, I think I was just showing you through our Field Ops app that we can actually see machines that are running. So those customers that sign non-disclosure agreements, they're working with us for that next generation, next innovation in harvesting. And just in the field last week, 230 bushel corn at about 28 to 30% moisture, and they're harvesting with a 16-row, 30-inch corn head with our new AF11 combine, driving productivity.
Man, and that was down in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma eastern side, so close to Arkansas. So yeah, right on the Arkansas River.
Wow. So you mentioned that was the new machine that you're getting this data on. How many new machines did Case introduce this year?
So if you look we step back, National Farm Machinery Show, we introduced the AF11 at that time. So we look at three core principles: capacity, technology, and ultimate runtime. And then just in May, so 90 days later, the 260 series was launched. So 7260, 8260, 9260. So really 4 models in that short period of time.
And they're all out there running. So you've got examples of them working in harvest so far. What's been the feedback from producers on this next level of technology that Case has brought to the fore?
So next level of technology, deliver on capacity, but it's probably that middle piece is that technology portion. Yeah. Really, when you look at what they're trying to do to manage the operation, with the field ops, now I can take day management down to minute management. I can look at yield and moisture. In fact, now with the 260 series, within the cab, I can see a digital image of the grain sample, so I can look at cracks, brokens, foreign materials. So you get that data insight that really haven't had in the past. And then we call it match capacity, so we've actually launched a new C500 series corn head as well, so matching header to spreader. So it's going to pick cleaner, pick faster, pick cleaner, to really drive the overall capacity of the combine.
What drives the changes in the corn heads to get it to pick cleaner? What's Case bringing to the technology there?
That's a great question. So working with producers, it was their input, and all of our engineering development is predicated on listening to customers, but also driving what needs to have happen. And what we found out is we needed a larger cross auger to bring in that crop volume. So we looked at the floor profile of the auger as well as increasing the large diameter of that auger to bring in that large volume of crop. So that's one of the key areas. But then we looked at the row unit, whether it be the stalk row, the gathering chains, all those areas to fit together.
Tighten everything up and just made sure nothing's sneaking out the bottom.
Oh, exactly.
That's pretty fantastic. Now, as you look out to the remainder of harvest, or as we get into that corn and soybean harvest in the upper Midwest, what are you going to be watching for? What's, for somebody who's in the combine business, what's a stress test on a new piece of machinery? What are you watching to make sure it's really doing what you hoped it would do?
The stress test for us is the complete operation. So I call it beginning, middle, and end. So at the start of the day, the middle, and at the end. And with Harvest Command, machine automation, that takes the stress out of setting the machine. So whether it's starting in the morning, middle of the day because the temperatures change, or at night, we're going to change a lot of different things on the combine where you used to manually have to adjust in the right-hand console. So rotor speed is changed automatically, cleaning fan speed. So we're going to be looking at that because each year crop is different, conditions are different. We look at the weather systems that go through. The tightening of the actual harvest windows get narrower, but for us, that's really focused in on that harvest automation.
As I listen to you describe those challenges, it sounds like you've got reams of data that we can interpret to help make these decisions, and that makes me wonder, does AI have a place in the combine technology of the future?
Yep, so if we rewind the clock back, so in 2019, we introduced harvest automation, and with Harvest Command and the command control, we're continually learning and looking at the algorithms that drive the changes within the combine, and Harvest Command takes it to that next level, and it really looks at our grain quality, but then also our grain savings. So it's trying to maximize that grain savings because we know in a market that we're in, it's all about what is can I influence the bottom line? And I want to save more of what I grow. AxioFlow with Harvest Command does that.
That is really, really fantastic. Now, Leo, you don't just oversee the regular combines that maybe I'm used to seeing in the upper Midwest. You've got harvest equipment, which as I understand includes sugarcane harvesters. Is that accurate?
Correct. We have a full sugarcane lineup, our Osthoff harvesters, our 9900 series, and we look at the southern part of the United States, so Louisiana down into Florida, and sugarcane harvest will get started about that November time period and then run about through the first quarter of next year.
Do you get the chance to run down and watch the harvest as it's happening?
Oh yeah, and harvest is every day, whether it's rain, shine. I mean, they're harvesting, so it's a little different structure standpoint compared to how we have to have it with the combine, but it's a continual progression towards our end.
That is neat. Leo, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Thanks for jumping down from Racine to fill us in.
You bet.
Lots to watch here in the world of harvesting, the world of combines and everything as we get deeper into this year. And folks, tune in on August 19th. We'll be doing the Farm Progress Show preview right here on RFD TV. And we'll be talking with Leo again about what's coming later in the year as we start to look down the line. Leave it right here. When This Week in Agribusiness comes back, we'll have more coming from our friends throughout the industry.